In this video, I'm going to show you the exact process that I used to land a lot of high-paying clients when I was a full-time freelancer, and even to land clients for my creative agency that I was running after I was a freelancer for a while. Now, I want to give a big disclaimer that I am no longer really doing this workflow because, first of all, my main focus is not really on landing clients anymore, but more so on growing my personal brand and helping you guys with video editing and also landing clients. But when I was actively focused on that, this is the process that I used, and this process still works really well. And I taught many people how to do this, and they have got some amazing results, and they are constantly landing high-paying clients with this. So if you have been struggling with trying to get work on Fiverr or Upwork, and all you're getting are really like lowball clients who are paying like $5-10 an hour, right? And you want to move up the ranks, then this is a process that can work for you as well. So obviously, in just a short YouTube video, I can't go super into detail into every part of this sales process. Still, this is going to hopefully give you a better idea about what is the actual way to go about getting high ticket clients. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So this is basically how it looks from a bird's eye view. So let's move into the first part of it. So the first part of this process is really just finding potential prospects. To even get started with this, one thing that you should try to make sure is you have an offer that people want. So you want to package your expertise into an actual offer, right? That gets your ideal clients the desired outcome that they are after, right? So if you know video editing, if you know like thumbnail design, whatever, try to package that into something that people are actually wanting in the market right now. So whether that be you doing YouTube videos for them, thumbnails optimization for them, copywriting, whatever it is, really any sort of service business it should work for, but you should try to package it in a way that's appealing to your target audience, something that people are actually wanting in this day and age. So to give you like a quick idea on that, there are a lot of people who are doing short form content, short form clips, and that still works, right? But one thing I noticed is that there is like a really small amount of editors that can do amazing animations. And it's a new trend that has been kind of taking off. People are trying to make their YouTube videos higher and higher quality. So if you look at some of the biggest players, for example, in the entrepreneurship space, like Iman Gaji, Sebastian Georgiou, and you watch their videos, it's super high production quality. They have some amazing animations in there. So for example, if you were a freelancer and you learned how to create those kind of animations and you offered that service to a bunch of other big financial YouTubers so that they could take their videos to a next level, right? That would probably be really successful right now. So you always want to look at trends also, and what people really want to create, and then try to serve that market with your offer. So hope that makes sense for you guys. The first step of this process is finding potential prospects. Who your potential prospects are is going to depend highly on your exact service offering. Then after that, once you have a good list of people that you can reach out to, you want to be actually, getting to them. So you can use email for outreach. You can use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. All of these different platforms work. It's just about really learning one of them deeply and going all in on it before you would start moving to other platforms as well. So the approach I recommend is really going deep on one platform, really learning how it works, learning like how to actually get to people through it. And then only once that's working and it's getting you a bunch of clients, only then I would expand to other platforms as well. For social medias like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, you definitely want to be building out some sort of a social presence for yourself as well. You want to be sharing your expertise, creating cool content for yourself, and building this small niche personal brand for yourself, so people immediately see you as an expert in your field, and you will have more credibility as well. Again, you can use all these different outreach platforms, and then you want to be sliding into the DMs, or in the case of email, that really is just sending out emails. And you want to be doing mass quantities of this. So it's no longer are the days where you can just send like 5 outreach messages a day and you will be landing clients left and right. Unless your work is so outstanding that nobody even really compares, it's probably not going to work. So you need to do high volume I would say at least like 50 to 100 per day is the minimum that you need to actually like start building up to 10K a month fast with this process. And I know that sounds like a lot. One thing you can do is you can hire virtual assistants to help you with messaging, and then you can get up to even like 200-300 a day or even more. But yeah, once you have big volume, it's going to be much easier to actually land meetings with this process. Now, once you're in the DMs, you want to be, you know, kind of like opening to them, doing something. This is just an example, a very old example, but yeah, you want to be just getting the conversation going. Tell them, right, like what you do, what you have to offer. A lot of people will tell you like you don't want to be immediately directing them to your website or offer anything like that. Like I used to say that a lot as well. In today's day and age, with the competition being much bigger than it was a few years ago, like if you message someone, they are immediately going to be able to tell that you are trying to sell them something, most likely. So I think it's great to leave something like a brochure in your message, so they can just easily click on that, see some of your work. So this is actually created by a client of mine who I personally coached to scale his agency, Pablo. I actually have a whole video on my channel with him, so you can check that out. It's going to be in the description. He's an amazing guy, so hope he doesn't mind me showing you his brochure. It's just, you know, props to him. He did an amazing job with it. But yeah, in this brochure that he would lead people onto from the direct messages, he's basically showcasing his work, right? So that's kind of like how it looks. He's just explaining the offer. He's showing examples of his work. He's showing client testimonials. And yeah, I mean, this just converted super well for him. And yeah, showing testimonials, showing his previous work, showing a little bit of himself as well. So it's building up rapport with the client. And then at the end of it, they can book a call with him by just clicking on this, right? And this is really cool because once you are in the DMs, once you got the conversation going, once they show interest in your offer, then you can just really direct them into a Calendly page where they can book a call with you, a sales call with you. Again, this is just an example screenshot, so obviously don't make it like this. But basically the goal with the Calendly page is, first of all, to set up the meeting effortlessly, so you can both find a time that works for both of you super fast. And also you want to get them to give you insights about their business, their goals, and really like what they are looking for and how they want their problem to be solved and what the problem is in the first place. By asking good questions on this scheduler page, you are able to collect valuable information that you are able to use in the actual sales call to really determine, like, first of all, whether they would be a good fit for your service or not, but also like what buttons you should be pushing with them. Let's say they're looking for an editor, right? And they say like, I really don't have enough time to do my editing anymore. Like my business is just eating up all my time. Then you know that that's something you should be pushing on hard on the actual call and like try to sell your service by saying like, oh, this is going to be effortless for you, right? You won't have to spend basically any time on the after productions and the editing and all that after you record your videos. I'm also going to help you with that. So you would really be focusing on the time saving aspect of your offer in that case. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like you just want to get as many insights from them as possible. So before even getting on the call with them, you already have a decent understanding of where they are, where they want to be, what are the main struggles they are facing. So you know like what you should be focusing the sales call on. After that, once they actually booked a call with you, then you will be taking them to a confirmation page. And also on Calendly, you have the chance to collect phone number, email, and you want to be following up with them multiple times before the actual call would happen. Because you will notice once you start doing this process, you will have a lot of people who book a call with you and then don't actually show up. This is called in marketing no-shows, or show up rate, basically the percentage of the people who book the call and actually show up on that call. This is huge. Like a lot of people underestimate this, that the difference between having an 80% show up rate, so 8 out of 10 people are showing up to the call, or having a 40% show up rate where 4 out of 10 people are showing up, that's huge. That could be the difference between you adding an extra 5 grand or like 10, 15 grand to your business in that month. Don't want to underestimate the power of increasing your show up rate, because basically if you don't have a high show up rate, you're losing out on meetings that you worked really hard for to actually set. Usually it can take, hundreds of outreaches to even set up a proper qualified meeting. And by you not having a good follow-up process in place to actually get those people to show up to your call and to be excited for it, you are just wasting all that energy that you put into getting those calls in the first place. So have a solid follow-up strategy. You can also show things like testimonials and proof and like a quick video, getting them excited for the call. Just try to raise this show up rate as much as possible. If you guys are, digging this kind of content or also interested in this, I can make more videos on this because, this kind of consumed my life for pretty much 3-4 years before I kind of went all in on the YouTube stuff. So I know quite a lot about how to get clients, how to set meetings, how to run an agency, that sort of stuff. Anyways, after that, you can actually connect Zoom directly into Calendly. So in the emails that they are going to get, they will have a link where they can join the meeting. And after this confirmation page, you will have the sales call with them. I personally like using Zoom. You can also do phone calls, or Google Meets, but I think Zoom is the best one to go with. Because you can also, record the meeting very effortlessly. You can do screen shares and so on. So I think Zoom is just good, like it works. And on the sales call, you can really go two ways. You can either have just one call where you walk them through the entire sales call and then at the end close them and get paid. Or you can also do a 2-call close where basically on the first call, you really just like tell them upfront, like, hey, I'm not gonna like pitch you on this call. I just want to assess your situation. And then we are going to create a custom tailored offer or solution for you. On that first call, you would really just set up a second follow-up call with them where you would actually pitch them the offer and get them to pay on that second call. Whether you should do a 2-call close or a 1-call close depends from industry to industry and from offer to offer as well. I personally am a bigger fan of doing just the 1-call close because then it's just more efficient. If you're really good at sales, you can definitely do a 1-call close because the client should be able to get all the information they need in 1 call anyways, and they should have enough data to make the educated decision whether to move forward or not at the end. But 2-call closes can also work well, especially if you are not that skilled or confident at sales yet. It takes a lot of pressure off of you that, that you won't have to be pitching on that first call. You can just entirely focus on really making the client feel understood and building rapport with them. And then a lot of times it's a bit easier to close a client on that second call. So that can work as well. Now, next step is you want to be collecting payment on the call, right? So whether it's a 1-call close or a 2-call close, either ways, you want to collect payment on the spot, get them to pay an invoice. I prefer using Stripe for invoicing. Obviously, if you're, doing like huge transactions, like 25K, 50K transactions, then in that case, it's probably smarter to do bank transfer if you don't want to be paying hundreds of dollars or potentially even thousands to Stripe for payment processing fees. But in general, I think if you're selling under 5K or under 10K packages, Stripe is amazing. It's super, easy to use, and this it just works in my experience. Now, once you collected the payment, you also want to get them to sign a contract with you. This is something I would do probably like 50% of the time. So with a lot of clients, I just basically used to work on like based on trust. Like if I know that we are both clicking really well on the call, if I know there is like no doubt in the client's mind that I'm going to deliver the service, and if I have no doubt that they are going to be a good client to work with, the proper way to do it is if you sign a contract with them about and an agreement about how the work relationship is going to go, what are the exact deliverables, what time you're going to deliver them, the exact fees you agreed on, any sort of like terms and conditions and so on. You don't want to be using like super long contracts, in my opinion, because let's be real, like for a few $1,000s, nobody's going to go to court anyways because the lawyer fees are more on their own. But a contract is good because basically it gets you you protected and so on. So that is basically the process. It's pretty simple if you think about it, like finding potential prospects, reaching out to them directly, if they show interest, getting them to book a call with you on Calendly, and then sending them to a confirmation page, following up with them and really increasing your show rates, then getting on a sales call with them where you present your offer, really analyze their situation before you would do the presentation. And, if they like the offer, if it solved their problem, then you get them to pay the invoice and sign a contract. So it's basically simple as that. But obviously doing this in practice takes a lot of practicing and knowledge and so on. So like both of the, like all the different steps have a lot of intricate details. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying this, let me know. I will make some more content like this on, what to actually say on the sales call. I can even make stuff like how to actually create the invoices, how to set up your social media profiles and so on. Let me know if you found this valuable. If you personally want help from me in terms of getting better at content creation, learning how to grow on YouTube, and also how to get clients just with this exact process, and you want me to get more details to you, check out magnetic editing. In magnetic editing, I actually added a whole mini course on getting your first couple clients, where I go into much more detail on all these different steps. Either ways, hope you guys found this valuable. If you have any specific questions about either editing or getting clients, put it down in the comment section down below and I will make sure to make a video on it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.